A young guy is advised to wear gold by an astrologer for good luck. His mom fiddles a little with the advice by making him wear her own bangles. Will they be lucky for him or attract more trouble? Mom, I am leaving. I have an interview, I shouted as I almost ran out of the house. But just when I was in the door, she caught me by my wrist. I thought it was tomorrow. She wondered. Yes, Mom, but I just got a call this morning that it has been preponed. Mom didn't loosen her grip on me. Your gold bracelet is yet to arrive. And the astrologer clearly told you that your planetary position is not right, especially the sun. So, no major things like interview without that bracelet. Remember, that's why we went to that jewelry shop to order that gold bracelet. Just then she pulled me inside like she had a solution. She took me to her room, and opened her cupboard as I waited. What she produced was a maroon velvet case. I knew it was her own, but now I wondered what was inside. She clicked open and my jaw dropped to see two very ornate gold bangles with diamonds studded in them. She took out the bangles while placing the box on my left hand and started clasping the bangles on my right wrist. I tried to pull back, but she had a stern look on her face. Don't you dare to move unless you have a better idea. It's just two bangles. They won't bite. Besides, when you guys can pierce your ears nowadays, then why fuss over just two bangles? I was embarrassed, scared and teary-eyed all at the same time. But Mom, these are women's. I will be a laughingstock. What will the interviewer think? Besides, why two? The astrologer asked for just one. Mom jumped at the last part as she secured the locks on both. Because we never wear just one of these. They come in a pair for a reason. Her clever use of "we" didn't go unnoticed. Before I could say anything, she turned me around and pushed me out the door. Go make your mommy proud, she said mockingly, emphasizing on the word, mommy. Just as I got into the cab, I immediately tried to take the bangles off. But to my bad luck, the lock was such that it needed another person's help to be opened. All the way, I kept on pulling at my right sleeve, to somehow hide the embarrassment. But they would keep poking out. Besides, the more I tried, the more jingling sounds they would make, announcing their presence. The taxi driver did react to the sound a couple of times during the journey, but I managed to keep the source hidden. Only to reveal it myself while paying him later when I extended my feminized right hand just out of nature. So, there they were, the two most heavily studded thick gold bangles, hanging just in front of his eyes as he looked towards his left to receive his fare. I quickly pulled my arm back and without waiting for him to return me the change and got out of the taxi. Thereafter, it was only a series of stares and embarrassing moments for me. The first one when I handed my resume to the receptionist and her eyes sparkled and lips smirked. Later, when I was guided towards a cabin and I was wished luck with a handshake by the woman who showed me the way. Then, just as I entered, the lady who was about to interview me got up from her seat and extended her hand in greetings. With great hesitation, I did extend my arm and they showed, jingled and shined again. She had an instant smile on her face, but she pretended to have not noticed. I kept on sipping water to keep myself calm. My nervousness was all over the room. Then almost towards the end of our conversation, she said, "There's something wrong with your blouse." While I was still struggling with the thought of her having called my solid white shirt a blouse, she walked around the table and before I could move, she unbuttoned my sleeves to take a good close look at my bangles. "Gorgeous," she said. I was about to speak in my support when she shushed me and asked me not to move. She went back to her side of the table and took out a pair of scissors. I was scared as she walked towards me playing with them, but she caressed my shoulders to calm me down and then with a designer's swiftness cut my shirt sleeves to almost 3/4 length. Now she loosened my tie and then released my collar from it. She undid the top 3 buttons to reveal my almost unhairy chest and separated the ends a little as if to expose some cleavage. And while she was at it, she kept on whispering things in my ears. "It's okay. I understand. Don't worry. You're hired. You want this job, don't you?" She started combing my hair, which was slightly long and I hadn't got time to get them cut because of the preponing. "In fact, you have got it. Not this one. An even better one." She kept on pinning here and there. "I will tell you later about it. Now smile." She then took the bunch of hair at the back and surprisingly used my super sleek silk tie as a hair tie and made a high ponytail. "That's it. You are good. Obedient. I was looking for someone like you only." She then pulled out my shirt from my trousers and made me get up. And from somewhere, she produced a steam iron. She moved it a little over the hem of my shirt and unwrinkled it. To my dismay, it was an old shirt of mine and slightly shrunken too. She then took me towards a mirror and the person in the reflection was of a fairly feminine boy with soft features, standing in black trousers and what looked like a white blouse with 3/4 sleeves, 2 super ornate gold bangles in the right wrist, hair tied in a high pony with a silk hair tie, and a sleek gold chain with a pink pearl droplet pendant. Wait, a chain with pink pearl droplet is what my mind suddenly questioned. Because when I was busy checking myself out, she had undone her own neck chain and tied it around my neck. "Happy first job, Devyani. You can go home and celebrate," I quickly pleaded. "But my name is the..." She pressed her long red manicured index fingernail on my lips. She then picked up the phone and asked the receptionist to bring in my resume file. She dialed my home number and said, "Congratulations, Mrs. Sharma. Your daughter Devyani has cleared the interview and is hired. I am sending her home safely with my personal driver. I will personally come to congratulate you around 8 p.m. tonight and to also brief you on Devyani's job profile and some of her office rules which you will have to ensure that your daughter follows religiously. I have personally made a few adjustments to her look. Please make sure she doesn't change till I am there if you don't want her to lose the job." Each of those words were giving me a shock. And before I knew, she was escorting me out of the building with her arm in my arm. Her driver was already waiting with the car door open. I got inside to be driven home. Before we could wheel out, she knocked on the window pane. I rolled it down and she quickly took off 2 of her own bangles and put my left wrist into them. She waved me by while kissing in the air with a dramatic pout. I cried all the way to home. My mom apologized the moment she saw me. She got me some tea. I finished it and the moment I was heading inside to change, she stopped me, hugged me, kissed me on my forehead like she had never done before and whispered in my ears, "We are in debt, sweetheart. Please don't say no to this one till you find another. I need your help." I just wanted her to release me from her hug. But she wouldn't. "Just a few months maybe. I will really take good care of my daughter. Besides, Devyani is not such a bad name either." I could feel as if I was in a python's grip, tightening every second and pulling me into a world of forced femininity. Time flied that evening, and I heard a car horn exactly as the clock struck 8. My soon-to-be boss walked in with a tick-tock beat of her heels. She smiled at my mom, and before she could even welcome her properly, she was sitting on the couch placing a file and a few bags on the table. I won't waste much of your time. Your job starts tomorrow at 9. The office timings are 9:30 to 5, but you will be reaching half an hour earlier and receive the mail on my behalf. Make my coffee and keep it ready on my table. You will be sitting right outside my cabin and will only do what I ask you to do. So, until I call you inside, you are free to do whatever you want, freshen up your makeup, enjoy coffee, gossip with other girls in the office, shop online for dresses, or sit back and file your nails. I don't care, but when I call your name, I won't repeat myself. The office knows about you already through an email that the HR sent out. They know your name is Devyani and that you are my personal secretary. I am giving you a few hours relaxation for tomorrow. As you have some employee paperwork to be done, you will get ready and be on time for your parlor appointment at 8 a.m. The lady knows what to be done, so no questions. For tomorrow, she will also help you get ready. So take your clothes with you. And don't forget the lingerie. There's a matching set for each of the outfits in one of these bags. After getting ready, you will reach the office and ask the receptionist to take you for a picture for your employee access card. Thereafter, you will sign the contract. Your salary has been fixed at double your expectation. So you shouldn't have any problems with all these conditions in signing the contract. In case you decide to resign before 2 years, you will either pay the company a sum of 5 lakhs within 1 month of resigning, or you can serve as a sales girl at one of the company's cosmetic stores for 6 months. The dress code for sales girls is a sari for all the 6 days, and you will have to buy them on your own. This 6-month period will be considered as your notice period. Now, as she continued, she kept on taking out stuff from the bags while mom was reading a rules and regulations sheet she was handed. First came out a satin full-sleeved full-collared blouse in white, then in pink, purple, burgundy and red. Along came 3 pairs of black women's trousers and 2 knee-length skirts with a back slit. Then finally, a pair of 2-inch black open-toed heels, surprisingly in my size. Mom kept on reading from the sheet. You are supposed to strictly follow the dress code from Monday to Friday. A satin blouse and a skirt or trousers with the heels given. You will keep your body hairless. Always tie your hair in a high ponytail or a bun. Your hands and toes are supposed to be always properly filed and painted in the shade of the blouse you are wearing. Saturdays are working, but the dress code is ethnic. So you will either wear a sari or a salwar suit. You will always wear makeup and carry your cosmetics with you in your purse. Eyebrows and lashes should be maintained. You will visit the company's partner parlor once every month. Now she got up, and as she was leaving, she turned around and told mom, since she is going to be working full-time as a girl, I suggest you renew her wardrobe for home time as well. Make her practice walking, sitting, talking and eating like a girl until it comes naturally to her. And see if you can bring her some nighties to sleep in. Or I can take her out shopping too. Saying that, she walked towards me and kissed my forehead. Then she opened her purse, took out a lipstick and handed it to me after giving me a thick coat. And she left saying, after all, Devyani is my favorite. See you tomorrow, Miss Secretary. Remember, it's your golden chance.